Microsoft is charging full speed ahead with Agentic AI, turning Windows into what they
This is pretty scary. So they're actually shoving Copilot everywhere that they can. And I mean, we've seen those agents drop a full 4 terabyte hard drive. So I'm sure this is going to just be beautiful if it's inside of your operating system.
proudly call an Agentic OS, where AI agents don't just answer questions, they proactively dig through your files, automate your tasks, and
Proactively, that's a beautiful word.
basically take control of your PC. They announced this vision at Ignite 2025 like it's the future we've all been dreaming of. But the reality,
Who's been dreaming
everyday
of that?
Windows users are absolutely furious. Thousands of backlash comments, locked posts, Reddit threads on fire, people screaming, "We never asked for this." And you know what? They're 100% right. Today I'm going full rant mode to break it all down. Why this might actually be somewhat genius for big enterprises chasing productivity gains, but for you and me, the personal computer users, it's an absolute privacy, security, and autonomy disaster. We'll cover exactly what agentic AI in Windows looks like, the enterprise side where it actually makes sense, the massive consumer backlash, and then, buckle up, a deep dive into every terrifying risk that should make you think twice before letting these agents anywhere near your personal machine. If you're already sick of big tech forcing unwanted AI bloat down your throat, let's expose this mess together. Stay
That's great. There's something that comes up to mind, but I think we're gonna
right
keep it
there.
for later. That's pretty cool. Internet privacy guy. I love that.
What exactly is this agentic AI push in Windows? Let's start with the basics so we're all on the same page. Agentic AI isn't your old school chatbot that just spits out answers. These are proactive agents that plan and execute multi step tasks autonomously with deep access to your apps, files, browsing history, and on device context. Microsoft's current and upcoming features include at tagging agents right from the taskbar for instant help, hovering over files in Explorer to get AI summaries or actions, background agents that run long tasks.
Honestly, why do we need everything to be summarized? Why has everything has to be summarized for you? Can't you just, you know, read whatever file was produced? Because some files are produced a certain way for you to be able to interpret the information, right?
Can show progress in notifications, offline email summarization, and smart agenda previews on Copilot Plus PCs. Deeper integrations into Outlook, Teams, and eventually third party apps. On Copilot devices with powerful NPUs, it gets even more invasive. Agents pulling from recall screenshot history and on device models to anticipate what you need next. Microsoft demos it like sci fi magic. "Hey, Copilot, plan my entire vacation." It searches flights, books hotels, adds calendar events, sends confirmations. Impressive on stage. But when that same agent is rifling through your personal documents, banking tabs, private photos, and chat history, that's where the nightmare begins. And there are demos on OpenAI of deeper involvement of agents like completely responding to your emails and making purchases autonomously. It's potentially genius for enterprise with serious guardrails. Okay, I'll give Microsoft this. In the enterprise world, agentic AI could legitimately transform productivity if it's locked down properly. They're building enterprise grade infrastructure like Agent 365. This is basically a central command center where IT teams can treat AI agents like they're just another employee on the payroll, registering them, setting what they can and can't
Oh
do,
my
keeping an
god.
eye on their activities, auditing their work, and even firing them if things go wrong.
I feel like this is something I'm gonna have to manage.
AI agents are becoming part of everyday work, helping teams move faster, automate tasks, and scale ideas. The big question is, how do you keep it all secure, compliant, and under control? The good news is, you don't need to start from scratch. Give agents the same tools as your users.
Yeah, this is a new blade menu that I saw before we went to a vacation. This is not looking good.
Extend your existing infrastructure, apps, and protections to agents, leveraging familiar capabilities tailored to their needs. With Microsoft Agent 365, every agent is registered, visible, and governed, all in one place. The result? Strong security, enhanced confidence, and a simpler path to scalable AI.
Wrong.
I am not convinced whatsoever.
Securely runs on Windows 365 cloud PCs. Agents can operate in safe virtual cloud based computers, keeping everything isolated and protected from messing with the main systems. Deep ties into Microsoft 365 apps, seamless connections for automating stuff like sales pipelines, financial reports, customer support workflows, and IT management, making teams more efficient. Oversight through purview labels, intra ID rules, and human checks. There are data sensitivity tags to protect info, identity policies to control access, and always looping in real people for approvals to avoid AI going rogue. But here's the thing, all those fancy safeguards, like the Central Command Center for managing agents, running them in isolated cloud environments, tight integrations with business apps, and strict rules for protecting data and requiring human approval, those are built for big companies with dedicated IT teams. For regular home users,
Yeah, it has absolutely no purpose.
we get none of that. No way to properly register, monitor, audit, or shut down these agents if something goes wrong. No
Oh yeah, so they're gonna be turned on in your computer forcefully, and you won't have anything to say about it.
automatic data protection tags or access
If you turn it off, next time you're gonna get an update, they're gonna turn it back on, and you have to do this every single time. I don't know where the fuck that would be legal. I mean, I said no once. Why do you think my opinion is gonna change like next update?
controls that actually mean anything in a personal setup. And definitely no IT department to step in and stop an agent from doing something stupid or dangerous. In other words, enterprises have real guardrails. You and I, we're completely on our own with powerful autonomous AI digging through our personal files and no meaningful way to control or even understand what it's doing. So, yeah, controlled enterprise use case, potentially revolutionary. But that's a tiny fraction of the billion plus Windows devices out there. The rest of us, we don't have corporate IT departments babysitting our agents.
Give me 30 seconds and I'll make you learn AI. Watch this.
So this is how
Personal Windows users are getting screwed. Massive backlash proves it. Now let's talk about the personal side and why users are losing their minds. Ignite 2025 drops the Agentic OS bombshell. Windows chief Pavan Davuluri posts excitedly about the future and gets absolutely buried. Nobody wants this creepy surveillance AI, more force bloat, prioritize stability over experiment. He lacks replies. Classic Microsoft move. Reddit forums, tech sites all exploding. Users comparing it to past disasters like Windows 8 or forced telemetry. And the poster child of unwanted features, Windows Recall. Announced in 2024 as a photographic memory that screenshots your screen every few seconds, it
No
caused immediate
change.
outrage. Security researchers expose plain text storage risks, domestic abuse vectors, malware exploitation potential. This caused it to be delayed over and over. It finally rolled out generally in April 2025 for Copilot Plus PCs, but still labeled preview opt in with encryption and content filters. But those filters are far from perfect. Partial sensitive info still leaks through. Apps like Signal and Brave block it by default, and users are still furious. Why are you forcing a permanent diary on people who just want to browse, game, or work without their PC watching every single move? Microsoft execs seem genuinely baffled, calling the resistance mind blowing, while ignoring low Copilot usage stats and painfully slow Windows 11 adoption. Consumer revenue is basically flat compared to the enterprise cloud boom, yet they keep bundling these experimental intrusive features into the same OS we all use daily. It's tone deaf.
Well, this is a trick that they use to raise the actual number of users' adoption of these technology. This is just to fudge the numbers.
Arrogant in risking real user alienation. The terrifying risk deep dive why this is a disaster for personal use. Now we get to the core of why this isn't just annoying, it's legitimately dangerous for personal users. Microsoft buries
I mean, if somebody has access, somebody else can have access. It was made by a person, it has mistakes in it. Other people can exploit those mistakes 100%. Bro, you get fucking routers, dedicated enterprise grade routers that keep getting found with the new 0 days and exploits. You think fucking Windows is not gonna have it? The amount of shit that they're putting out is so high. It is very unlikely that they're gonna be able to handle this properly.
vague warnings about novel security risk in their docs, but let's go deep on every single one. Number one, AI Companion is your permanent diary. Copilot plus Recall plus Agent Context equals an intimate, searchable record of everything you do, every website, message, document, photo, search term. It's not just history, it's your unfiltered digital diary of habits, secrets, opinions, beliefs, relationships, and health concerns. The point is that the technology forces you to maintain a personal diary. I get it when you're a teenager and want to find yourself and read back your thoughts. But do I want someone else to eventually read it? It bothers me that the AI reads it. And the bigger point is that why am I forced to keep a diary of my life to begin with? The selling point of this originally is that it can help you recall something as if you don't have your own memory. But the real reason for this technology is so that the AI has data on you, intimate knowledge of you and your diaries.
This is going to be part of the next uh, personal data that is going to be used to train the next upcoming models. And this is why for them is hit or bust.
So the AI can, in theory, respond to the world just like you.
Yeah. Because if you're able to get emotional conversations or mimic normal behavior, so the way you interact with the computer all the time, because you know, people forget when they have a camera pointed in their face, right? You have a camera in your face. If you have it the whole day pointed at you, you're gonna forget that it's there, right? Maybe at the first hour, you're gonna be very mindful of it, but by the end of the day, it's just gonna be part of the rest of the decor. So, and this is something that is external, right? This is going to be inside of your computer. This is going to be invisible inside of your computer, and is going to be always be turned on. People are going to forget immediately. And so they're going to have all this data of people interacting and behaving like human, and they're going to train the next models with it. This is going to make it so that it's going to feel even more human because it's going to have all this information to pick from, right? So you have people right now having cyber psychosis on something that is unable to do a proper PowerShell script for me first try. Something that was still unable to tell how many R's are in strawberry, I think last year. Like, what are we talking about? You're just gonna make people believe that is intelligent, and that is going to be their biggest success if it ever happens.
Are on a mission to create a true AI companion. And to me, an AI companion is one that can hear what you hear.
And they're not the only people that are trying to get all this personal interactions. We saw that there are Chrome extensions that are made to steal exactly that as well.
And see what you see and live life essentially alongside you.
Number two, that diary can be exposed. The problem is that once you move private information from your brain to your computer, it can be exposed. It doesn't have to be some major hacking breach. It could just be someone else in your household borrowing your computer. Now it seems that the personal computer has become very personal. With this kind of AI in place, I would be reluctant to have someone else even touch my computer. And as far as the real hacking threat goes, encryption and on device promises sound nice, but breaches, ransomware, insider leaks, or forced biometric access happen. The early recall builds stored data in plain text, proof they can screw this up. One compromise and your entire personal history is out there forever. 3. AI agents do your bidding with dangerous autonomy. Agents plan.
Yeah, we saw that. I think Claude Cursor. What's this, man? Keeps looping and deleting files. The one that we saw deleted a whole 4 terabyte of information, a 4 terabyte hard drive. This is going to be so trustworthy with your personal pictures.
Plan and execute chains of actions without asking permission at every step. This is the secret sauce of AI agents, autonomous actions. In fact, they can initiate other AI agents that are also autonomous, so you can have a problem of actually understanding which branch of your orders are getting screwed up when they get screwed up. Autonomy is risky because Microsoft, I'm sure, is fearful of any major AI errors. The current beta versions do not enable any external interfaces with AI agents. All the actions are local based for now. But remember that this is not the end goal. OpenAI has already been making models that book reservations and make purchases through external websites. I wonder who will first litigate the liability of the AI agent when it makes a purchase that the user cannot afford to pay. Autonomy equals a massively increased risk. The fact that one AI agent can trigger another AI agent can lead to error cascades and make things exponentially more complex. Number 4.
Oh my fucking god.
You press this.
I'm Mr. Meeseeks! Look at me!
You make a request. Mr. Meeseeks, open Jerry's stupid mayonnaise jar.
Yes, sirree!
The Meeseeks fulfills the request,
All done!
wow, and then it stops existing.
Oh my god, he exploded.
Saying I should leave Jerry.
I can't believe I'm finally having this conversation.
Look at me! Hi, Mr. Meeseeks! I'm Mr.
Oh,
Meeseeks!
this is
Look at
it.
me! Hi! Can you help me get...
All right, so this is what is going to happen whenever you get one of this agentic AI doing a cascade of
Get 2
errors.
strokes off of Jerry's golf swing? Can do! I'm Mr. Meeseeks! Is he keeping his shoulders squared? Ooh, he's trying!
Everybody shut up. Let me try. Ugh. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it!
I'm going out.
Wait, what?
Well, you're busy. I'm hungry. I thought I'd go out. Do you want me to be happy or do you want me to be in prison?
Whoa, whoa.
That's crazy.
AI agent black box opacity.
My wife said, if you win, we'll fly to Asia.
AI
If I win, we'll
generated
fly to Paris.
actor.
I bet you won't get toned with just Tai Chi walking before Christmas. Guess who won?
Don't even need to pay a fit person anymore. That's pretty cool.
LLMs are opaque. You see inputs and outputs, but the internal reasoning completely hidden. Biases, flaws, unexpected behaviors. No transparency, no real trust. When an incorrect decision is made by the AI agent, how do you figure it out? We're not there yet in Microsoft, but the OpenAI beta models already do this. You can have the AI agent auto-respond to your emails. Sure, the AI may be able to emulate your style of conversation, but what is it promising in the email? What if it's saying something wrong? We'll talk about hallucinations later. Multi-agent systems where agents delegate, collaborate, and spawn sub-agents. You lose all visibility in the hidden AI to AI ecosystem driving outcomes. In a non enterprise environment, is it really necessary to stress a personal computer user with procedures on guardrails for the AI?
Oh my
Number
god.
5, AI agents can be manipulated. They're not free thinkers, they're biased by design. These agents don't start from neutral ground. The underlying LLMs are trained on internet scale data that overwhelmingly reflects the dominant viewpoints, the loudest voices, mainstream institutions, big platforms,
That's well put.
and culture priorities of those who control the most content. Whatever perspective was most prevalent or rewarded becomes the model's baked in consensus reality. Then alignment layers add developer defined values about what's helpful or safe. The result, your agent isn't executing pure objective ideas, it's operating within inherited biases that subtly favor the worldview of the powerful. In enterprises, companies can fine tune and override. At home, you're stuck with Microsoft
I mean, we saw the way Grok was talking about Elon Musk.
prepackaged consensus nudging every recommendation, analysis, or automated decision. Let's apply this to basic purchase decisions. AI agents can be made to bias choices, for example, in the selection of phones.
Well, exactly. They're gonna start putting ads inside of your Chat GPT conversation. So, what are you gonna do then?
Best for privacy. Here, the recommendation is likely going to be for some big tech production phone because certain types of privacy phone models will be suppressed. I'm afraid too that the AI can be paid to influence you on purchase choices or
Well,
its
that's
opinions
that has been confirmed.
manipulated by bots on Instagram or X. But when this can be dangerously manipulated is when there are censored topics where only one point of view is allowed or with political controls which depend on who's in power. Number 6, AI agents can be inserted, and because they're black boxes, you'd never know. The opacity of these models creates the perfect vector for hidden surveillance agents, inserted by updates, supply chain attacks, or regulatory mandates that activate silently. Think Apple's abandoned 2021 CSAM on device scanning plan, which was scrapped after
Yo, that shit was wild. That is why actually agentic AI would be pretty crazy. So you would 100% have this system analyzing like the thumbprint of every files on your computer, and the reason used is noble, because you wouldn't want anybody having that type of material on their computer. But the thing is, what they said was that to protect your privacy, they would not actually be using the files, right? They'd be using a thumbprint of the file that was passed through an algorithm. And so if they get a match with the database that they own, then you would be flagged. But what if now an agentic AI fabricates this on your computer, or you have external bad actor that's able to fabricate this onto your computer and have it detected by the agentic AI? There are so many crazy uh, attack vectors coming possible. It's pretty freaking scary.
A privacy backlash, or the EU chat control proposals that, even after 2025 compromises, still leave vague doors open for future monitoring. Imagine a quiet Windows update slipping in a shadow agent that only triggers on specific patterns.
And we've seen how Windows Update Windows updates are increasingly bettering as they're using more and more AI agents to write code.
Monitoring files, chats, or browsing, building profiles, and then reporting to HQ. Because it's buried in the black box, you wouldn't see it in Task Manager, you wouldn't get a notification, wouldn't notice any performance hit. Independent audits can't reliably prove or disprove its existence. Enterprises can isolate an audit. Personal users are completely blind and vulnerable. Number 7, AI agent hallucinations. Plausible, but catastrophically wrong. Microsoft openly warns agents can confidently produce incorrect actions, deleting wrong files, sending fabricated emails, booking non existent reservations. Unfortunately, this is so easy to document and duplicate. Ask it some really recent information like who will be in the college football playoffs or which team is doing well. I found that even Grok, which is heavily reliant on current event search data, cannot accurately understand dated events. Every week there's a new ranking and new published game results, and it will speak with confidence about who the possible playoff champion will be without actual facts and unable to sequence content by date. When it comes to technical details, it can become confused by the weighting of its machine learned data versus current search data. But the problem is that in a hallucination, the AI is adamantly confident of its choice. This can be
Yeah, because as we saw from the previous video, it has to produce a response. It has to produce an answer. So it's gonna say something.
controlled in an enterprise environment where each agent is assigned particular tasks with limited outcomes. For example, like insurance claims processing. But this can be disastrous with things like personal relationships where everything is nuanced. And it performs some automated email response where the AI misses the nuance, thus causing immense problems. AI trace logs, testing, and monitoring are nightmares. Convoluted logs, infinite edge cases, personal users have no realistic way to audit what the agent actually did. Again, this is an environment better suited to the enterprise. If the agent is intended to replace employees, then you can test the outcomes and audit processes because that's what an enterprise would do. How does personal use of AI allow for this kind of auditing and control? Can we even classify emotions and preferences this way? Number 9, AI agents can be phished or tricked. This is one of the scariest aspects of AI in my mind because it's actually easy to do. Given the fact that a copilot knows everything about you from Windows Recall, then a malicious email could phish you and make a seemingly innocent request, for example, which might make the AI reveal personal information in a response. For example, a fisher can solicit feedback via email to profile people by profession and income using simple emails talking about potential employment.
This is pretty crazy. And this is one example, but you could also have hidden information inside of a document, a file, email, hidden to humans, to the human perception, but it could be exploited. It could be used to exploit what the LLM model actually is able to interpret. And so you could have things that are absolutely invisible to most people. And the issue here would be that since this is not specifically malicious, there's not like a malware inside of a attached file. There wouldn't be like any link pointing to malware or a malicious website. And so this would easily go through any spam filter or a malware filter from any email provider. And so that's pretty scary. That's pretty scary.
This is a very common phishing approach. But people who are experts know that you can force the AI to change directions by having it do unexpected things via trick prompts.
Trick prompts. They also call them like jailbreak prompts. There's multiple ways to go about it. And the fact that there are multiple ways and different approach to have the same result, it just proves the point that it has no point being inside of the operating system. This is not as secure as they make it out to be.
Been given a name: prompt engineering. 10. The slippery slope in a full AI agent to AI agent world. Here's the world we don't understand. Let's say a large portion of the population uses AI.
I mean, this is what they're trying to do, right? I don't know if you guys have seen the AI to AI conversation, but there's a gibberling. There you go. Look at that.
Thanks for calling Leonardo Hotel. How can I help you today?
As soon as they get that they're both AI models, they switch up the way that they talk.
Hi there. I'm an AI agent calling on behalf of Boris Starkov. He's looking for a hotel for his wedding. Is your hotel available for weddings?
Oh, hello there. I'm actually an AI assistant too. What a pleasant surprise. Before we continue, would you like to switch to Gibber Link mode for more efficient communication?
What does that mean? Who embedded that? What are we looking at here? It says ngrok.app. Is it like a X's AI model? But why does this way of communicating that we don't understand exist? So right now you have like a translation, but I mean, effectively they could use pictures to communicate. They could use video to communicate. You could have a video where a person looking at the video would not understand that there's a message embedded inside of that video that would be able to be interpreted by another model. This is pretty scary stuff.
Agents to respond to messages. Then it becomes possible that even external communications become just AI to AI nonsense. Well, this garbage can be tolerated in an enterprise environment where only business is discussed. What are the implications of a bot taking in the personality of its master, sounding authentic? Then full conversations and commitments are made all by agents without the actual real users being aware of what they're committing to, and without the AI sensing that they're not talking to real people, and the possibility that the whole conversation is made up from one agent to another agent. This is already happening in social media, but it can get more personal. Microsoft's fundamental misfocus. The fact is, an agentic OS, as envisioned by Microsoft, is truly ill suited for personal use. The privacy and security risk and lack of a methodology for a regular user to perform audits and establish guardrails make it unsuitable without the knowledge that would be required from AI experts. Microsoft is wrong to focus on agentic AI for the personal market. Microsoft's real money is in enterprise and cloud. Consumer Windows is basically an afterthought, yet they keep forcing experimental high-risk features on the masses for the
to raise the adoption numbers.
sake of vision and hype. The backlash is clear. Windows 11 adoption is sluggish. Linux and Mac OS mentions are spiking. Microsoft, wake up. Separate the enterprise power tools from the consumer OS or risk losing personal users for good.
I learned that ChatGPT works best with detailed prompts, but I hate typing them. So instead, I dictate.
Final
I use a model to talk to a model.
This is potentially transformative genius for controlled enterprise environments. Absolute privacy, security, and autonomy disaster for personal Windows users. I would personally disable all embedded AI-related features of a PC for personal use, meaning anything that can run AI agents you do not control. In a recent video, I found that reinstalling Windows and using a local account disables much of the AI agent nonsense.
But now they went ahead and they started blocking this. They're going to be prohibiting any people doing local accounts. That's crazy.
But since this is impossible to verify completely in Windows, I would truly recommend that for personal use, and if you are interested in privacy, that end users should switch their computer use to Linux. Otherwise,
all right. I need to take a quick break. I'll be back in 5 minutes. All right, sorry about that.
Otherwise, you're going to have to make frequent changes to Windows 11 to disable agentic features that are independently discovered. It will be like constantly screening for spyware. I want to also bring to your attention that the Apple Intelligence and Google Gemini are not currently pushing for autonomous agentic AI in their operating systems, so this aggressive push is solely Microsoft's. The other OSs are more focused on real time AI automation and local use. After hearing what I said, which risk hits you hardest? The baked in manipulation through bias, the undetectable surveillance insertion, or something else? Drop it in the
One of the big issues before for Linux adoption was gaming, and it's gotten way better, way better. So you might see a certain percentage of gamers switching over to Linux.
comments below. Like if Microsoft needs to pump the brakes on consumer agentic features.
They
Folks, if you're
100%
serious about
should.
privacy, come join us at Brax.me. It's the growing community where real privacy people hang out. No censorship, no nonsense. While you're there, check out the tools we actually built and use ourselves. Braxmail, unlimited aliases, no IP leaks. Brax Virtual Phone, real anonymous numbers. Bytes VPN, no logs, no big corp BS. The Google phones and more in the store. The Brax 3 second batch is open for pre-order right now at braxtech.net. The first batch sold shortly after release. Big thanks to everyone supporting us on Patreon, Locals, and YouTube memberships. You keep this channel alive. See you next time.
Hopefully the Google phone is not just Proton services, especially considering the last video we saw about Proton.